So welcome everyone, my name is DemEyesRed and I'm hereby presenting you the grand finals of the Legacy of the Huns, a matchup between Yo and MbL, a best of 5 that we're going to see. This is going to be extremely epic. Both players throughout the whole final stage have proven themselves as really strong Arabia players. That's of course a natural thing, as for Yo and MbL they're known to be extremely good Arabia killers. And having access to the one and only super versatile civilization being the Huns, of course we will see some very fast-paced and extremely effective gameplays. For sure, and therefore, let's start by introducing the players and their bases that they have. Starting with MbL here in the south. And looking at this really quickly here, we can point out that, well, it's not the best base, that's for sure. Go to the left-hand side. What is he going to do? Oh, he's going to go for that woodline. Yeah, well, we have to point that one out right away. The woodlines are not that good. And instead of going for this one in the north, he chooses this one on this hill. Well, I am not sure if this is going to be a nice thing. But, you know, I have my problems with woodlines on hills, but this is MbL, man. This is 2K6 doing his thing. We gotta respect that. So we gotta go with it. So we say just okay, the master has chosen. But other than that, this base, well, it's okay. I mean, definitely worse base do exist. And in the south, this gold is not the best, but this gold is at least a good alternative. Stonewise looks bad though. And therefore I think, well, we've seen worse, we've seen better. It's a rather mediocre map here. This hill here could be a problem though. In the north, we got Yo. This map seems to be wallable for sure. Oh yeah, look at this. You could just connect those wood lines. Well, easier said than done, but you could technically do it. The right hand side could be a bit problematic here, but still not impossible. Furthermore, all the resources in the back, this looks way better, due to the fact that the wood lines are in such positions that they can be connected. The only problem being that there's no wood line in the back, therefore Yo forced to go for this tiny little pathetic wood line in the front. But let's see how he's gonna do with this one. Alright. Oh yeah, in the semi-finals, obviously MbL was the winner, as he is now in the grand finals here. Yeah, this is the grand final, indeed. Yes sir, yes sir, this is how it is. Yeah, I like this map way more here, the one of Yo. He just isn't able to find the sheep here in the north. At least he's pushing deer. Actually a greedy move, but compensating the fact that he has no access to the sheep. So that's okay. Let's have a look at his knowledge here concerning the map. Not too much, as he was just scouting. This is different for MbL, as he is already in the base of Yo, looking at the stuff and saying, okay, I understand, I dig that. What does he know else? Well, not too... Oh no, he didn't understand that this was the base of Yo. Okay, interesting one, interesting one. Let's see. Let's see. Did you understand this because of this gold? And then he said, okay, he's either there or there. Well, could be. And he now found out about the spot of Yo. Both are on their way to feudal age with 21 pop each. Looks like a classical scout rush for both. At least for Yo, we can see a second lumber camp incoming. No gold whatsoever being gathered, collected. He has found his 2 sheep there. And that's of course really good. He just needs to pay attention to... Oh, nice save there. Wow. Wow. Yo, man. This is how to do it, man. You did really well there. His opponent MbL in the south with 2 lumber camps as well. Even a farm. Clear indication that he wants to go for a scout rush. And I'm actually relieved to see this because the bronze final was a bit tough to watch. a lot of crazy things. It was funny, that's for sure. But I believe that MbL versus Yo is actually a serious matchup. We're gonna see some efficient gameplays, some strong moves from players who are actually considered to be the best on Arabia. Of course, people say Viper being one of the very best, and I cannot disagree. He is extremely versatile, he knows a lot. We've seen him shine on ECL on the 1v1, that's for sure. But we have to point out that MbL and Yo are both playing on Arabia. I would say that these are their home maps, especially for MbL. And this is just a map on which they just seem to understand what this is all about. Especially for MbL lately, who became so much better, who improved so significantly. I think he has really great knowledge, and Yo as a veteran, so to speak, as well, of course. No doubt about that. Alright, you hear the sounds. That is a stable incoming, of course. No surprise here. And another really classical fact is the addition of 2 spearmen. We see that one a lot by MbL. Normally they go to the front, but this time he decides to stay in the back there, as he's probably expecting Yo to be incoming pretty soon as well, as both have clicked up at the same time. Therefore, maybe a rather defensive buff by MbL. Okay, why not? Maybe because he feels that his base is too vulnerable. He needs to do something in a way to protect everything. And I understand the positions of those spearmen. For now, this base is safe against 3 scouts for sure. But he needs to pay attention to this woodland. Maybe an additional spearman. Let's see. Normally, if he went for another spearman, he would take this one to the front. And for now, he is just alone there with his 3 scouts, meeting up with this spearman. Little hill advantage there, I believe. And yeah, this was enough just to deal with it, just to kill the spearman. Meanwhile though, MbL losing his own spearman is forced to reinforce there. But it's gonna be fine. Is he going to lose this villager? Yes. What about the villagers of Yo though? Oh, nice micro there, or bad micro by Yo maybe. Well done by MbL for sure. He was able to get 2 spearmen with 3 scouts. This is nothing you see every day. And as a reward for that one, of course, we see how he killed 3 villagers in total. That's impressive already. MbL has lost just 1 villager. Will says MbL playing like his life depends on it right there. Yeah, for sure, this is an excellent gameplay by MbL. I'd say so for sure. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this whole matchup here. I really have this feeling that this is going to be more of a serious gameplay from both of them. I mean, this is the grand finals. And next to some tourney money, of course, there's also this prestige being the #1, at least for this tournament. I mean, as both players are Arabia players, something, you know, that they would be proud of to have this kind of badge, for sure. I could fully understand. Exactly, Willis, I understand, especially when we look at the first Legacy of the Huns tournament. That was something, right? Alright, so while this first wave was being cleared and MbL has been really successful, he's now going to the front with a decent amount of scouts. He's not adding any more, or is he? What does he do? No, he's getting wheelbarrow instead. And what does Yo do? He's actually transitioning. He has 4 scouts to the left, forced to go back actually, though he will not do so, as he is now secured. This whole base has been fully walled. Therefore, tough situation for MbL actually, as he's not able to use these scouts efficiently. Instead, MbL will welcome 4 scouts at least. They won't be able to do too much damage neither, as there are 2 spearmen, especially also in addition with those archers. No fletching yet though. So it makes sense for MbL to wall this one off as much as he can, maybe dragging these palisades till here. Would make sense instead of till here. Yes sir. Just to bring those units closer to the TC, if it comes to it. Blacksmith incoming, therefore the archers are going to have fletching soon. The ones of Yo don't have him neither. Alright. Fletching now incoming. And I believe those scouts won't be able to do much. And that can be said. Unless they are being utilized a few minutes later, this could have been a waste of resources. But let's see. Now in this fight, MbL still having an edge here, as he is the one with fletching. Yo still doesn't have it. That's the way why he's so stubborn at this very moment, just not really committing, but now he is. Even though it's a bad situation for him, with this hill of MbL, he can cause more damage. Numbers still in favor for Yo, as he can reinforce way faster, due to his archer range being so close to him. Naturally. Yeah, it's working hard here. The gold income is really extreme. Impressive. And he has also a lot of food already, MbL. What about his farm card? Nothing. I mean, it's decent. Yeah, he's going to go for Castle Age as soon as possible. So does Yo, by the way. A little bit faster though, as he has not produced as many scouts as MbL. So makes sense. But MbL catching up, that 10 seconds difference. Pretty impressive speed there. Scouts into calf archers to be incoming. Timing's quite impressive for sure, as neither of the players went only for 5 scouts. Alright, so more archer ranges are being added. 4 archer ranges in total. That's an indication that Yo will maybe stay with 1 TC for a longer time. Also, we have to keep in mind that MbL has this awkward gold here. He needs to make sure to secure it somehow. And the biggest security that he can get is by just applying pressure as much as he can to force his enemy to deal with his attacks instead of his base. Bloodlines also incoming. Both players are going to transition into calf archers pretty soon. This makes sense. Huns meta. And in the meantime, of course, both are massing up the numbers of archers just because they cannot do too much in the time between Field Age and Castle Age, I mean when transitioning. So going for crossbows makes sense after a while when the numbers are decent enough. For Yo, I see a lot of reasons to go for that, and even for MbL. So both are practically going for botgun arrow and crossbows. There we go. And then, once it's possible, they just go for calf archers. Probably right away. No, even more archers for Yo. Interesting choice. Interesting choice indeed. Alright. Oh, interesting, another TC directly being added. That's, of course, interesting, but mostly because he didn't recreate the farms here. I mean, he doesn't need them too much, as he's just simply going for calf archers. They don't require any food. Now we have a little botgun arrow crossbowman fight, both equally upgraded defensively as well. Leather archery armor incoming for MbL though, while Yo goes for the bowsaw. Stable also incoming in order to get bloodlines as soon as possible. I believe, yeah, MbL has it already. Alright guys. Now we have little fights on the left hand side in which the former archer armies are fighting off each other. Just to get some more value. Nicely done by MbL, keeping Yo busy there. Now he's being pushed into the corner, so to speak, and the calf archers are coming to save the day. Or are they? Instead they will just go through these palisades here, most likely, or not. They're just going to deny this woodline on the left hand side, getting a villager there. It's really helpful. Villager count strictly straight in favor for MbL. 47 to 39, quite impressive there. Did I miss out some more kills here? I am not sure. Or did Yo just idle his TC for a long time? He is. In order to get those... Wow, in order to get those techs, he's actually idling his TC quite a lot there. Yep. Otherwise he couldn't catch up with the upgrades of MbL, as there is an effect of having lost 3 villages that early in the beginning. Alright, so Bloodline's already also incoming, finally, I mean not already. MbL has it already, in comparison. MbL also with an additional defensive upgrade, so he can take on fights a bit better when it comes to him being in a slight disadvantage, technically speaking, due to hills. But he should still be careful there, as the numbers of light calves for Yo are just a bit more of a good thing. This knight is doing well by being a kind of meat shield. Still, MbL needs to reinforce as soon as possible. What does he do? Oh, he's going for more calf archers. Also, ballistics now incoming in order to improve the strength of his calf archers even more. He still has a decent amount of crossbowmen alive. They could be helpful as a support unit when it comes to engagements. Also, MbL going for scale guarding armor. Okay. Interesting move for sure. And he's taking care of the remaining crossbows of Yo. Pretty straightforward what's happening here. What about the resources? I said it. Yo has a nicer map. This gold quite far away. This gold is kinda awkward, but he has this gold over here, MbL. His knights have +1 already. Thumb ring also teched. These calf archers are super strong now. Military numbers 24 for MbL and 15 for Yo. Another TC incoming. Well, I understand why he does that, just to secure another woodline like that. And also just making sure that MbL cannot maneuver that easily to the right hand side anymore. He needs to take detours. This will buy Yo a lot of time. He could have also gone for this here in order to secure this gold, but he chose to go for that one just to make sure that these villagers won't just die. But yeah, MbL is about to enter the space, while Yo is just scouting a tiny bit. Alright, getting 2 villagers, why not? Not losing any calf archers like that, that's a nice trade. Did I just receive a message? Or was it just the perspective of one of the players? I believe it was just the perspective, right? Yeah, all good. Sometimes it's just confusing me. All good. Okay, so I like this addition here. Also an indication that we won't see too many TCs by MbL yet. And that is, of course, the addition of 2 siege workshops, making sure that the mangonels are incoming, and therefore it's going to be really hard for Yo to actually do something about when engaging with those calf archers. But the problem is actually arising here, as Yo is going for a successful raid for now. This gold has been denied, and MbL now forced to do something about it concerning the security of his own base. While he is able to clear up this mess, it could of course happen again, this kind of situation. Maybe he should use either... I mean, it's hard to put a TC here. It's easier to go for a TC like that, but otherwise quite a difficult situation. Maybe stone walls or something like this, but you never know. For now, though, we see how the calf archers are slowly getting killed. Not the best fight for MbL, but he had no other choice, going for the calf archers like that downhill. Meanwhile, though, he's up there, applying pressure with his mangonels, getting the first TC here outside. Also, we see the counter siege workshop incoming by Yo for counter mangonel. Makes sense. He just needs to pay attention that these mangonels could now land some good strikes, but he doesn't. Oh yeah, still 2 important hits. MbL still having a lead here, both villager and military-wise. This TC is about to go down if it continues like that. He needs a mangonel as soon as possible. And even then, it's going to be difficult to take down these mangonels. 3 mangonels versus 1. And also, these 3 mangonels are uphill. Let's see. You never know. These fights can be game-changing, of course. Alright. MbL is losing a decent amount of calf archers on the right-hand side. Husbandry finally incoming. I believe he went for that one already once, but he cancelled it, I guess. Yo, I mean. And yeah. Meanwhile, he is losing another TC like that. That's mostly because the number of mangonels is just a bit too scary, not worth going for that one. Well, not worth, he's just not able to do that with this. He also went for elite skirms, so he goes for multiple things at the same time. Of course, a hybrid type of unit combination, not as strong as a pure one, but so is MbL doing the same with these knights, of course. And also elite skirms, okay. And all the additional siege here. I think it looks really gloomy for Yo, unless he lands a couple of good strikes with mangonels, surprise hits or something from the back. It could be possible, but easier said than done. I believe the pressure is on a lot, and looking at his resources, he won't be able to afford too much siege, as he's running out of gold a lot. And after that one, he won't be able to have access to any more gold. Yeah, still a decent amount of gold left, but doesn't look good. He needs to sell some food in order to balance out his economy. And it's GG. The first game is over and Yo has resigned. Impressive stuff. MbL won this one. Wow. He had TCs on the right hand side there. The reason why he is leading with this villager count like that. 20 villagers lead. Military was also in favor for him still till the end. Looked really good. MbL won this one. GG. Alright. Number 1. Game number 1 is over. Yo has lost. MbL won. It's the best of 5. Therefore, a lot more games to go for. Alright. Okay. Deadpool AOE. Hey man, you follow me on my channel as well. Thanks for the follow. Cool that I caught this one on screen. Thanks. Alright. Okay, that being said, we can just tune in into the next game. There we go. Number 2. Just starting. So I believe in this game we could maybe encounter a brutal reset just for information. Alright, so what's up everyone? Game number 2 of the Grand Finals, Yo versus MbL. This time, let's just start with Yo on the left hand side. And, whoop, the alarm bell has been rang here, has been rung. This base, nice gold in the back, really nice gold. Stone, well, where's the second gold? Over there. Yeah, this can be walled to the left hand side, the bottom. The right hand side is going to be problematic though, it's fully open. But this gold is so safe. Close this one off, drag a parasite like that, and this gold is fully safe. Really good map there, gold-wise, looking really good. This could be really hard to rate. There are a lot of possibilities to wall this one off safely, to secure this whole area to the back. So, yeah, not much to say, just a good map. On the bottom right-hand side, we have MbL. And this map is completely open to the front, and resource-wise it doesn't look good. So stone on the back, on that ugly hill, gold to the side on an ugly hill, partly, and gold in front of an ugly hill. In case you wonder why I call hills ugly, it's not aesthetically. I think my hills look really beautiful with my graphical mods here. It's just those hills and their meanings, you know, their core meaning being potential threat to everything that is concerning you, you know, additional damage that you can take, awkward unit pathing that could rise. Just imagine, you know, this stone alone, man, and just try to put a mining camp there, get the stone there. I guarantee you it's gonna be a nightmare, concerning efficiency at least. And yeah, that being said, I think Yo has the clearly better map here. A reason for MbL to play it more aggressively for sure. Alright, Wills is why did they both pick Huns again? Well, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Yo is the one pushing deer once again. He has 3 villages on woods. Like I've said, in scout fights, well, and Huns fights, scouts are the #1 option, but obviously you can go for something else. You can go even for men-at-arms if you're really close by, or a drush into archers. Men-at-arms into archers, you can trush. You can go straight archers. I mean, you shouldn't go for straight archers. And stuff like this, man. Stark saying, I went for beer 4 hours ago. I'm on the 4th leader. This guy's still cast, man. Stark, man. What's up? Thanks, man. Thanks for the respect. Yeah, this is the grand finals, man. And after that one, I'm done for today. Okay, guys. Okay. So for now, we see the classical approach by Yo. At least he's doing everything for the sake of having a decent food income. Wow, I find this build really interesting, going for the mill that late. But hey, those are 2k5, 2k6 players talking, so I'll just watch and I'll say, alright, if you say so, I'll go with that. I better not read out what Stark said there, but he's actually correct, and I agree, man, I agree. If I was able to do the same jokes as you, man, then at least Lek and Martins would have understood me earlier today. But it just didn't work. Okay, so both are clicking up with 21 pop, and it is Yo going for a second lumber camp, no gold being gathered. Same can be said about MbL, going for a farm even. He chooses to get his second lumber camp at the same wood line. So I've had a talk with a couple of people about this very thing here. People say, hey, go for the next, go for another wood line. Well, if it allows, if it's possible, if your base allows this one. Well, in this case, it's quite awkward. I believe Viper would have gone for this here, maybe even. But knowing him, he would have started with this one and then went over to this one or something like this if you watched the previous games of him. Not because he goes for bad decisions, he just works that way, man. It's just the depending ways of this guy is just incredible sometimes. But my point is, this very woodland here, now quite vulnerable to raids, of course. I mean, if this happens, no more wood income is given. Just things like that you have to keep in mind. Risks that are connected to this one, but this is how it goes. And like I've said, Yo is actually walling up the southern part of his base and probably going to create a building wall to the right hand side. Going for the stable right now, so is actually MbL. Probably going to go for some spearmen as soon as you can or want, I don't know. Secamp B asked, are these tourneys every week? Oh yeah, was already answering. So this one isn't, this is just a tournament that maybe is taking place once a year or so. Pyramid connected to a lot of prestige. We even have the former champion in our chat here amongst us. And yeah, of course, we can see other tournaments throughout the whole time. We got regular tournaments, of course, on this channel. That is Weekend Smackdown every Sunday normally. And the following weekend on Sunday, I will cast after Weekend Smackdown with Influenza. And that's gonna be about the history about Age of Empires, as in historical matchups and stuff like this, history lessons, so to speak. And also we got a beautiful tournament taking place at this very moment, and we saw a nice matchup today already. That was a Stark versus Metal, and this is the Arena Invitational tournament. And yeah, there is a calendar on the internet that is AOE Zone. Maybe Willis can be so kind to type this in, if that is an option. That is AOE Zone to look out for. Stark says Mio's map is beautiful. Something beautiful, right? I think so as well. I said it I like this map a lot. So easily walled off. And now we can see it here how MbL is trying to chase the army of Yo. At the moment successfully, as the numbers are in favor for him. Also this additional MbL Spearman here. The usual stuff, but also we got a Yo Spearman. So MbL quite nice concerning his reaction, making sure that he's not being hit. Exactly, thanks for the information, Stark. That was actually exactly my point. Yes, he did. We've shown this 5 hours ago or so. I was casting it together with Timotheus, aka Fenor, which was a really nice experience, having a pro player like that as my co-caster. Maybe one day I will have the honor to co-cast with Stark. Maybe not on Will Be Official, but on on my own channel. It depends. Maybe we'll try out on my own channel first, and then we'll go over to Will Be Official. But I'll definitely love to see more pro players also joining us. As a kind of, you know, they do this in other sports as well. Having the pro player talking, you know, it's extremely insightful. You know, they know better for sure. Exactly, Stark. Exactly. Gotcha. So, meanwhile, a little chase here and there, but nothing too spectacular. That is just MbL chasing as much as possible, while Yo's going for some good kills, some drive-bys, so to speak. He's going for the nice value of his little scout army there in comparison to the one of MbL. And once again, we see a huge army of MbL. And I've said it last time in the previous match, the previous game. Well, maybe it's a waste to have so many scouts, because now they're not able to go for the base. But hey, it worked. Somehow it still worked for MbL. So let's just continue to watch. We see an additional archer range already incoming. Wheelbarrows incoming. Yo, most important, is clicking up once again super fast, as the number of scouts that he had was not that huge. Furthermore, here with 2 archer ranges. And yeah, those quick walls, man. Those quick walls were beautiful. Alright, so a little bit of scout fights here in the middle of the map. Not too much of importance, we would say, but still, scouts are important in every map, mostly due to map control and vision. And I think the more scouts Yo will lose, the worse for him, as MbL now has a huge army of scouts sitting in front of the base of Yo. MbL also clicking up now, but he will be later. He will be late significantly. That's maybe a time for Yo to play it more aggressively. He could maybe consider staying with 1 TC for a longer time due to this advantage that he has, but that will depend. Of course, he's not facing an amateur here, therefore he needs to be really careful about his moves, his decisions. And yeah, Chess Noobs 800, if you want to catch up with the Stark vs Metal match, you can later watch this VOD once I'm done with the actual stream here. the VOD will be made available directly, automatically, I guess. You can just click it on videos. And later it will be uploaded to YouTube as well on MbL Official. And it was worth watching it, I tell you guys. No spoilers, but it was so worth watching it. And I can recommend, I always recommend watching MbL Official, of course. This is our channel here. But this time, definitely watch the one here with on MbL Official with me, and especially because of Timotheus. Having that nice insight there is really worth going, because he had so many information that I would not be able to provide you with concerning little aspects, unit compositions, tags especially. He has an excellent knowledge on tags, which one to go for, right? You know, exactly which one to go for. That was just beautiful. All right. So now, having talked about this one, once again relating to what is actually happening here, both are finally in cast stage, and we see a little engagement here. That is, of course, Yo's archer army turning into crossbows, and in return MbL goes for elite skirms. Both have bodkin arrow, and as well as the first armor upgrade, bowsaw incoming for Yo. Furthermore, we see calf archers on their way. We've seen it here already. It's a 1 TC setup for now. There's a reason for that, as Yo has clicked up earlier, significantly earlier. But there's a second TC already incoming. Alright. Because why not? Securing the area makes sense. Also getting his hands on more gold early on would be better, as in the first game he was running out of gold in the end. One of the reasons why he called it GG. I mean, next to the fact that he was being crushed in the front. And for MbL, he's definitely going to go for more. He should definitely go for more TCs, but he doesn't. That's an interesting move, and I gotta say, this can be a lot of a risk. A lot of a risk, but you know, as his opponent is going for more TCs. Is he aware of this? No. Okay. Alright, Krashan. You're welcome, man. Thanks for stopping by. Sleep well, man. Good night. Hmm. Alright guys, so for now it is how it is, and that is actually most importantly Knights also being part of the game here, as Yo want to make sure that he kills some elite skirms. Furthermore, the calf archers are meeting each other here on the left hand side of MbL space. There is this little movement of Yo towards MbL, but also MbL tries to do something about it. But with this army he won't be able to raid or something like that. I mean, just a couple of skirms and a knight. This knight could be the biggest threat here, and these skirms could only deny a woodline in terms of annoying it. So let's see how Yo could maybe attack here. There are some gaps here, and Stark said it, very annoying to play it like this, no walls versus wall. And that's true indeed, MbL has no walls. And of course, this is a tough decision to go for. Furthermore, just with 1 TC still, villager count now straight in favor for Yo there, 53 to 44. And yeah, let's see how this one will evolve. I mean, this woodline is also really vulnerable. If Yo went for this part here, could be dangerous. Finally, second TC is incoming. I think MbL need to go for this one as early as possible. Okay, so Yo now making use of the fact that MbL space is not walled. We have a little engagement here, and Yo is climbing up the hill, while he's also denying this TC for now, at least delaying the building time. Going for walling right now. Well, that's of course way too late. These skirms, of course, were helpful when dealing with the incoming calf archers by Yo. So look here at military numbers. It is MbL leading now, due to the fact that Yo has lost a decent amount of his army. Siege workshop incoming. That's interesting. He has a lot of wood though, so he could actually go. I mean, he's probably not producing. He's producing calf artists. He's still having so much wood. Interestingly done. He can go for a third TC even. So, what do you know about that? Heavy plow also incoming for Yo, just for the sake of improving his upcoming farms. Was essential going for Bolsaw before, obviously, long time before. Alright, this little engagement still not good for MbL, as the numbers of calf archers still huge. The elite skirmishers, of course, will help a lot here. And the knights without any upgrades are about to lose their functionality as a proper meat shield. Just a couple of seconds that they could survive when taking damage from these kind of huge armies. That is for sure. Yeah, and still 17 villages difference there between the two. But MbL, of course, significantly leading it now. Military-wise, it's quite dangerous for Yo now to take damage. He needs to use his army really well, and he shouldn't lose it at all. Maybe, yeah, he should just directly back off. And he should actually not take the tours through the base of MbL. I think this is quite a risky thing to go for, because who knows what's gonna be waiting for him there. There's even a siege workshop with 2 mangonels, a third one incoming, another siege work incoming, as well as a siege workshop with Yo with 3 mangonels. Wow, okay, okay. I don't want to miss a big mangonel hit like I did a couple of hours ago when Stark was killing the army of Metal in one match with those plumed archers. Alright, another siege workshop incoming there. Markets, forward markets. Careful, careful there. Alright. This could be dangerous, man. It's also a nice screenshot I could take here for my collection. All the screens of the official, I mean. Alright, so nice engagement here, it seems. Though, I think the mangonel hits were quite good by Yo. Let's see. Also, Yo going for Thumbring, this could improve his army for sure. But I think slowly but steadily is catching up in numbers. It's 30 to 40 still. This army is nearly only consisting of calf archers. Also stable being added to the army. Why is that? Oh, he also has knights. Okay, okay, interesting. So Yo has plans here. Yo has plans. But so does MbL, of course. He is going forward once again. Looks good. Ah, unfortunate for MbL having lost this mangonel there, but those things just happen. And he's moving forward here, but it's not over yet, not at all. Yo has even a good situation that he is in. I mean, his economy is definitely better, even though he's a couple of idols there. I don't even know why. Where are they? Oh no, like this. Oh, there we go. The gold has been depleted. Okay, +2 armor also incoming for Yo, in order to improve the knights that he has. So this is his plan, basically going for knights. Can this work? Well, it's a strong and aggressive meat shield in this case. Could first of all take care of the siege units, which he has to go for. Well, it's a nice look at this military maneuver here from the flank. He even gets bonus damage here. I mean, he's inflicting bonus damage. Wow, this looked like Like war, man. This was war. If the range was even better, if they had Bracer, something like this, and Imperial Age, they could have even been more effective here. But okay, the siege problem has been dealt with successfully, and suddenly MbL retreating here. Interesting choice. And the problem about that is MbL must not lose his army. If he does so, he will be beaten easily by Yo, as he has a stronger economy and his reinforcements will arrive just way better, just faster, as he has enough res to produce them. Nerd Rich, man. Take care, man. Good night. See you next time, man. Okay. Oh, this Magna could land a good hit there. Just saying, man. Just saying. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Nice. This forward castle will be convenient for Yo in order to retreat whenever he wants to, just at this very position. This will force MbL to find a solution against this one. Maybe one solution could be clicking up, going for the next age. Resource-wise, one of the players will be able to do so now. If one player will do it, this could be Yo. He has a lot of wood as well. Sell it. And we have GG. Alright, and why is that? Because MbL saw that his army numbers won't make it anymore. And therefore Yo has won the second match. And all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, it's tied. Beautiful, beautiful. This was a nice game, that for sure. Well done by Yo. What else is there to say? I mean, it's just basically what I've summed up in the end. His economy, definitely better. And MbL shouldn't have lost his army. He lost it. This is unfortunate, and the pressure was on. And I believe MbL knew it. He didn't have the necessary tools to do something against this anymore. Impressive. GG. 1-1. This is what I like about Grand Finals, if it gets a bit more spicy. Just like that. Oh, beautiful uptimes, man. Beautiful uptimes. Perfect. Just 1 second difference, man. Just... ah. Damn. Okay. Third game incoming, guys. Okay, there we go. Launch the game. Okay, guys. So, let's go. Let us go. What's up, what's up, what's up? Third game, 1v1. Score 1-1. And yeah, this time MbL in the southeast. Let's have a look here. Ah, not the best map, is it? Glad TV says nice competitive final. Well, I agree. That's for sure. That's for sure. It's quite even in the beginning, right? Would be nice if one player wins and then the other one again, and then we have a nice last game. Let's see about this one though. For now, this is the very map of MbL, and I think this isn't good at all, due to the fact that not only does he have to choose a bad wood line in the back or a wood line in the front, that's generally not a good thing, but also the placement of his resources awkward, to say the least. Especially gold is really bad in the front. Let's just forget about the stone for a second, but while this map is... it's not wallable. Nah. Maybe for Stark it's wallable, but not for us. And it shouldn't be walled. This is not the way to go for it. And... yeah, it's just the situation that he is in the moment. Oh yeah, he chooses the one in the back. But this hill obviously not really beautiful. In the north, pretty much in the north here. Yo. And this map, also, once again, he has no backwood. And also no convenient gold anymore. It's also not that easy of a wallable thing. He could technically do something, but this, especially this part, will take a long time. So I don't think that we'll see something like that. Instead, it is him also maybe in a bad situation, even though he has this gold. It's unfortunately for him close to this, I mean directly attached to this wood line, therefore not easily to be to have access on. Maybe walling it off though could secure this area at least. Then he would secure this wood line as well as this gold. You could go for this one, but maybe he'll just use this one. I don't know, this one is so far in the front and exposed. Pretty much not a nice situation there at all. So let's see, guys, let's see. And MbL directly going ahead and securing the area as soon as he can. While Yo is pushing the deer, so is MbL, by the way. Greedy moves, greedy moves. Man, what's up with this mouse? Alright, so both are pushing the deer, therefore no map knowledge or whatsoever. Slowly but steadily, Yo approaching. Trying to find out about the location of his opponent, who is in the southeast. Right, so with those villages on wood, no man-at-arms or drush probably incoming, the same goes for Yo. Most likely, once again, a scrush to be recommended by DemEyesRed. But what do I know? MbL walling up, and Yo would theoretically fail if this wall goes up in time. But he will maybe find out about this, and maybe even get his hands on this villager without loom. This could be a nice victim for him. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, oh, oh. No? Okay, understand. Why? I don't understand. The more I think of it. Well, he just wants to secure this, the HP of his scout, probably. Something I've talked about with MbL in person is the HP of the scout extremely important, actually. More than I thought, actually. I mean, just imagine the... I mean, there's already a disadvantage for Yo. He has 3 HP less than the scout of MbL. If they would fight against each other, and this could definitely be, as MbL has this kind of sense for this very moment, trying to find his opponent there. It's just really bad. If you lose your scout, what else do you want to do during Dark Age and especially beginning of Field Age? Having no map control, no map vision, those are bad things. Well, both are clicking up then. This time Yo is a couple of seconds faster. Or is it? Wait. Oh no, it was the other way around. Sorry. It's MbL faster. Okay, just be a bit confused there. Excuse me. By the way, guys, just do let me know, please, if this stream drops here due to the incoming router reset. Yesterday I was waiting for it as well, but I guess it didn't happen. I don't know what happened yesterday. I don't know what happened. Maybe the stream was just so strong concerning the connection, it just survived. I don't even know. But if that happens, please just let me know real quick. Yo, stream is down, and I'll pause it here. Alright, so both are clicking up, going to the front soon, probably. That will be, of course, Yo. Oh, there we go. Okay. He's, of course, changing the idea now, as he knows his opponent is walling up like that. Scouts won't be as effective. Instead, we see Drush. It's quite of an early Drush, so to speak. And it's a late Drush. Of course, it's way too late. But what I mean is that the amount of villager that he has at the moment is a bit too little. Normally, you go up with a couple of villagers later, but in this case, we see a man-at-arms. There we go. And therefore, in addition with towers, this could of course work, as now Yo sees that his opponent is in a rather defensive stance, so he needs to apply pressure as soon as possible. Otherwise, he could suffer losses without being able to inflict the damage. That is, the scouts of MbL going through the space and causing havoc, while he couldn't enter the space in theory with his scouts. Instead, now he's going for the men-at-arms. They're quite viable with the Huns. You can go for this one for sure. Will says DemEyesRed works so hard, DemEyes them hard, that the ruler is buffed with energy. And says furthermore that this tower placement is beautiful, and I think yeah, it's actually really nice, right? It's really nice. Denying 2 resources at the same time. So Yo, the opportunist, says, you know what, I'm shifting my idea here, going for men-at-arms, and furthermore, you know, there's a great opportunity to go for that one. That is this gold and that gold over here. This would then mean that MbL is forced to go to the left-hand side to take this gold, as long as this tower is up though. Furthermore, the second tower here denying this wood line, at least to a part. And now MbL would be forced to go to the left hand side or to the north here, to the northwest. I'm just so calm because I have a look on the chat if the stream down message will pop up, but it doesn't. Weird. It didn't happen yesterday neither. Did they fix it? I didn't tell no one to fix it, so I don't know. Because it's not fixable. Anyway, so more towers are getting up there, and I believe MbL does fine at this very moment. That is just building up the counter towers. He just needs to make sure that they're on the same level at least, that they don't get destroyed that easily by enemy towers like that. Furthermore, he needs to make sure that these villagers won't be entering the space like that. Let's see about the next moves of Yo, if he will just go into the space or if he will retreat. I think he has no reasons to retreat. He still has a decent army up there. He has lost 2 men-at-arms, of course. That's not good. Arch range now incoming, and that means for now skirms. But once he goes for gold, archers could be incoming there easily. Meanwhile, the scouts are there. So Yo needs to make sure that they won't get any villagers here. Spearman for that is a good help to prevent this one from happening. I mean, bad situation for MbL. He seems to be out of options concerning any counter aggression here at least. But he goes for the aggressive stance here with his villagers at least, as he has a ranged unit now. He could at least engage in this fight a tiny bit. That's definitely possible. Oh, a couple of idle villagers here and there, as they were done with the tower. MbL is not happy, so he just goes full aggressive here. So one of the many possibilities that is actually viable in tower fights, that is of course villager aggression, aka villagers beating down the towers, as they do additional 6 bonus damage when hitting buildings that require stone to be built. The current meta on Arabia, unfortunately, as it's not nice to watch in my opinion. As these are pro players, it's still nice to see how it's actually done professionally, instead of seeing a bunch of, well, mediocre players doing it on casual occasions, I mean. Alright, so... Oh, nice. Thanks, Willis. Thanks for the heads up. And yeah, we see this forward movement by MbL. He is getting stone, therefore he will be able to drop a tower there. Just needs to be careful, as he has no spearmen or whatsoever, just skirmishers who are being hard countered by scouts like that. Wow, this is actually a weird move by MbL. Going up there without spearmen, I don't understand why he does that. I mean, I understand why he goes forward, but without spearmen like that? especially MbL, who's someone who loves spearmen. There we go. This one will just arrive way too late. Furthermore, will be yeah, badly hurt when it arrives. So these villagers are ripped. While he was leading there with his villager count, as he managed to... How did he actually manage to kill those villagers? I didn't even... Oh, probably the raiding? I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure. I gotta say, it's 4 a.m., so forgive me this one. But still, now the villager count is quite equal there. Mm-hmm. Well, 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 well. I didn't like this fight too much, at least for MbL. He's also about to lose more of his army here. And then, all of a sudden, unless he walls this one off, it could be really terrible once these scouts enter, because the tower alone won't be enough just to keep him away. Such damn good streaming that we survived the root reset. It's just unbelievable, man. It doesn't reset anymore at 4 a.m. I guess my provider changed something. I have no idea, man. This is definitely way past the root reset time. 4 a.m. is the absolute... 4 a.m. and 1 minute is the absolute maximum that I've seen. And I mean, for 4.5 months now, I'm paying attention to that one as I'm streaming for this very time. Yeah, I'm not sure, guys. I don't like this move by MbL once again going to the front, but probably he's just forced to do so to deal more damage here. I mean, he is actually doing quite well. His villager count is still better than the one of Yo. And having that's mostly because, yeah, I was just going to check. Yo is on his way to the cast stage, so probably he has a 2 villager lead there. And yeah, once again retreating like this is unnecessary idle time. We've had this in previous matches before that I've casted tonight. This kind of move to the front that is then being denied and therefore causing a retreat. Well, wasted villager time there. Well, stable will be helpful for sure, but it is now Yo being on cast stage in a couple of seconds. He goes for cast stage, and if he has a decent number of scouts still alive, and this looks like that, he has bloodlines and the +1 defense, he could even go for light cast, and then of course, if these villagers die, this could be extremely terrible. Looking at the resources of MbL here real quick, he is spending all of it into scouts, and it is a GG. It is a GG for given reasons. I didn't like the decisions of MbL in this very match. This is actually interesting. Maybe he just didn't interpret the situation as well, and that's only because, I mean, we only know that much because we're the observers, we see the whole map. Of course, it's completely different, but maybe MbL just couldn't get the right information concerning his decisions. Especially, I mean, the second time even was more of a puzzling move for me. The first time it didn't work, okay. He said, okay, maybe I cannot get out my spearman like that, because that's actually not an option due to the tower being here. I have no woods to place down another barracks like that to the left-hand side. Things like that, you know, arguments like that, make sure that you blow it the first time, but then going up the second time, well, I don't know. Score now 2-1 for Yo. Okay. There we go. And here I am. Okay. And now we're about to watch the next game. That is game number 4. It is getting exciting, guys. If MbL wins this one, for now, Yo has this match point. If he wins it, of course, we're going to watch the last match, 5th one. For now, though, game number 4 incoming. So let's see. Game is starting. There we go. Alright, ooh, finally we see some decent colors here. So what's up everyone, my name is DemEyesRed and this is round number 4 of Yo vs MbL in the grand final of Legacy of the Huns. And yeah, interesting previous match for sure. And for now, let's just start with player number 6 because he's chosen this beautiful color, in my opinion. MbL asking, is this a tournament or what? Yes sir. Yes sir, that's the grand finals. And yeah, there we go. Looking at this map right away. Resource in the front, extremely bad. Stone, well, it's okay. And this has been it. Look at it. The wood lines, I mean, this one is better than this one. Of course, due to this hill. But the resource in the front, extremely terrible. There's a hill even. Oh. I don't like this, man. I don't like this at all. Well, the sides are wallable. You can even close off this area with palisades going in the direction of the TC, but you will then exclude the goals. You would then exclude the goals here. And Mikey, that is only because I am swimming a lot. You can read the FAQ on my own page, by the way. I've made a known entry because of this question. I'm totally okay with the question, by the way. You can just feel free to ask. It's totally cool, but it's a frequently asked question. If you want to know more about this one, check out my own page on Twitch, and it's answered below the stream. Chaz Noobs asking, how can we watch this? Watch it live? Well, whenever we are live casting it, there have been multiple occasions in which I was streaming this live. I've covered a huge part of the qualification round, number 2, 3, and 4. So there were many games, and I've tried my best for the final stage. Wasn't as successful as most of the players. I mean, at least half of the players nearly were Chinese, and therefore this window of time that they had, window of gameplay time, was during, I guess, 13 GMT till 15 GMT, somewhere there. And this is the exact time when I need to go to work, you know, so this didn't work. And of course, yeah, we've done Nomad Battlegrounds a lot. We have had this extremely great game with Nobody, for instance. This was my very first cast, and it was just unbelievable, man, unbelievable. And of course, with Influenza, we did the finals, stuff like this. Most of them we did live. And furthermore, of course, other tournaments we are watching live as well. I mean, we are casting live as much as we can. And yeah, let's see. You can check the calendar on AOE Zone, and whenever you see the official sign, then you know that we're gonna cast it on that channel. Often, I also write down my own name, DemEyesRed. That is then a stream on my own channel, stuff like this. But Legacy of the Huns, I do exclusively on the official, for instance. I've started this tournament here, and I think the official, it's just I have to finish it here, man, and that's just common sense here in this case. Yeah, Glady is asking. Oh no, he's actually saying, MbL is going to win for sure this round. He chose the OP color. Well, that is for sure. I mean, MbL chooses this color. Oh, MbL actually lost the villager there, by the way. And Stark chooses this color. Other people as well, so yeah. Definitely nice color. I also like purple a lot, so... Cool color indeed. The OP color. Alright guys, so both are clicking up pretty much at the same time, but there's an interesting thing to point out. Let me see. How did this happen? Oh, no, it makes sense. Well, I've just mentioned here, due to the fact that MbL lost one villager, of course. He's behind, but it's 21 pop for both. Just MbL lost a villager there. Oh yeah, this is just sad with the deer being like that. Just no ping the F out of the situation here. And yeah, Fluda saying hi. This will be a friendly zone for a new player? Oh, yeah, I'd say so. We have a new player lobby even if you want to play against newer players, of course. We have a huge new player lobby. And there you can learn the game quite nicely in my opinion. And the stream, of course, is always friendly towards any people who are friendly as well. So, you know, it's all about mutual respect and some good time. That's for sure. Alright, so both players in field H, as I've pointed out. And yeah, scouts going to be... It's going to be the stretch for both players as usual now. I love this. I love this. It's better than having chaotic gameplays, just like the bronze finals. I gotta say, it's more pleasant to the eye. It's hard to catch up. I believe watching it on a POV, let's say Viper on his own stream, would have been really great to watch for sure. But as a caster, watching those messy games, it can really test your limits there for sure. Alright. So yeah, Yo this time in the rather defensive stance, and going for these tier is just quite of a brave move for sure, as there's no guarantee that he's going to be able to deal with the incoming scout threat, as there's spearmen as well, but MbL has his own set of spearmen, so... I'm just sorry about the colors, it's just confusing me there for a second, MbL being in purple here. So Yo has his own set of spearmen there, sorry about this. And yeah, MbL definitely more aggressive here, trying to go forward. I've told you, but this base may be the best stance, the aggressive stance, but he's about to close off this area if he really wanted to. So I understand, and he does well here for sure. Applying a lot of pressure early on. Is maybe forcing Yo to retreat here. At least that could be MbL's intention, but for now it's not going to happen, though also Yo's intention is not going to be happening, as the Spearman of MbL now here to secure the bot line at least. You have to have a look at that as well, just in a second. Now it's just a little Spearman dance, the scouts are watching, just trying to evaluate the situation. How are they dancing? Are they moving well? Executing the moves really well? Meanwhile, in the base of MbL, just a little walkthrough, right through, so to speak. Well, a lot of poking taking place here, that's for sure. And it is MbL leading with 32 villagers, and Yo with 29 to 30 villagers. But now, a little chance, maybe? Nope. But Yo does really well. He's really careful about his cuts. He definitely doesn't want to lose them. And one of them is dangerously low on HP. With his HP, I mean. Dangerously low on HP. As if HP is some kind of drug or something. And yeah. This is how it is, as I like to say. And mining cap now incoming. There's a intended transition now for Yo, who intends to go for an arch range probably. His resources would allow him to do so, but for now we don't see too much. This has been a messy place, but still somehow Yo managed to get his hands on these deer step by step, and now the arch ranges are incoming, and MbL not getting gold yet. He instead goes for wheelbarrow. Maybe... Ah, he's not gonna do anything like that, like full fuel or something like this. Just gonna go for more spearmen, and then also this mining camp in order to spark the transition into archers there. Will says that follows, so thanks for the follows, guys. Thanks for the follows, really appreciate it. If you like what you see, definitely go for the follow. as we will presenting you a lot of gameplay, a lot of content, at least every Sunday, but hopefully even more than that. Okay, blacksmith even incoming. What is it? Archers, of course, due to the golds. He has 5 villages on golds. He's gonna add a sixth one. There we go. Sorry about late game, late nights, linguistic issues there. But yeah, so with 6 villages on gold, of course, it's gonna be enough for a second archer range to maintain the production. The 7th one, an indication that he has ambitions to do even more than that, as in add up the gold a little bit, if possible. And then, you know, just checking his resources, he can even click up. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so forget about the intentions and whatnot. You could just definitely go for calf archers right away. Quite of a brave move once again, as yeah, he should go for archers at least a tiny bit, as much as he can, just to fill in the gap that he is in now, because while he's also filling in the physical gap here, he needs to make sure that he has a little army to deal with the threat in front of his base, just a tiny bit. If he has no army whatsoever, of course he could not be doing anything against it. At the same time, MbL having the same idea, clicking up, 3 archer ranges versus 2 now. Cav are just going to be incoming for sure. And also 3rd one incoming for Yo. Bloodlines incoming for MbL. Yo also has a stable. Let's have a look on at his scout here. I mean, he doesn't have bloodlines yet. Alright, he's closing off the area to the left hand side as well. MbL is doing his best. He should also, yeah, he's also taking care of the right hand side, just to make sure that he will at least have 20 seconds to react when his opponent is approaching. Some stark facts that I'm spreading here, with palisades and their actual meaning here, especially in Castle Age. So, both going for calf archers, just the usual thing that we see here in Huns War. Yep, there we go. Bot General also incoming, so it's gonna be Yo with a little tiny lead there, but it's not as significant that he should now go 1 TC for sure and whatnot. Said he is even going for Heavy Plow and Bowsaw. Heavy Plow, I am not really a fan of getting it that one that early. Bowsaw definitely, the earlier the better. Okay, MbL now going for Fletching, Crossbowman and Elite Skirmish. This is an interesting one, as he suspects his enemy of going for calf archers. Of course, going for Elite Skirmishes helps a lot. The Crossbowman, of course, is nice to increase the value of the archers that he already had. And also Bowsaw incoming. Husbandry for Yo. Alright, Wheelbarrow. Padded archer armor for MbL, just to make sure that he can engage here. For now, it's not the best situation, as his opponent has bot gunner as well as padded archer armor, but still it should be fine, as the elite skirmishers do a lot of work when facing calf archers. They could defeat this army, but it wouldn't be as much of a nice fight as a trade-off. Alright. Currently resting my hand here, as my wrist is starting to at least be a bit sore there. Need to massage it in the meantime, or use my other hand for scrolling here with the arrows here. Let me do it like this for a little bit. Okay. So Yo now going forward, right? That's mainly because he's not that much concerned of this army anymore. It's just a little bit of expos and elite skirms. The real threat could be those calf archers by MbL, of course. But his army, Yo's army, at least concerning the calf archers, is bigger. That's of course a huge thing here. MbL needs to be secured. He is secured at least, concerning the fact that he has walled off his base. But this will just buy himself a little bit of time. Just a tiny bit of time. He's now engaging here. He shouldn't be that much. Instead, he should think of winning a certain part on the front of the map and then placing a siege workshop and going for siege for onager to deal with skirmishes better, or he goes for a knight. And he chooses to go for knights. Okay. Scalebounding or even incoming, that's an excellent idea then. This will save a little bit of wood, and then he could consider going for more TCs. But for now, he is really up with 1 TCs, but he also has a siege workshop. But it's probably... Oh, he also... Okay, he is going for multiple things here. I'm surprised, Villager-wise, it looks better for MbL, as expected, as the one who has walled up. He's going for more TCs, he's going for the economical approach. Everything as expected, at least from MbL. His military number is of course bigger, as he has more crossbows and elite skirms especially. For Yo, it's mainly just those calf archers, plus of course his Nightos. There was this one nice mangonel. If this one lands a nice shot, this could be a really nice trait there. Let's see what's gonna happen. This CC is of course really important for MbL. He secures this area, this gold is secured. The stone to a certain degree, as these villages now have a possibility to go home here, to retreat, to be secured. Now we have a little fight, but MbL needs to be super careful, as the mangonel is close, and if this one lands a shot, of course, wonderful damage that it would deal against calf archers. In addition to that, also knights, so MbL needs to be careful even more. If he goes for mangonel, he does. These knights will of course take care of that really easily. And therefore, maybe MbL needs to either maximize the army of calf archers that he has, or find another way to deal with the knights, just in case. Okay. Who else says mangonel shots? I get so excited. Let go. Yeah, man. That's for sure. Okay, so this little army of MbL gets cleared up. This is of course great news for Yo, as he doesn't have to worry about this little army wandering around here. He also goes for more TCs now, as he somehow felt, okay, I'm not doing too much damage here at the moment, I cannot go forward too much. This hill has been taken over with this siege workshop, there's a TC on the right hand side. Maybe I should just improve my economy as well, just to make sure I can keep up with the villager numbers eventually. For now, MbL leads with 81 to 64 villagers here. And army-wise, MbL still leading. Of course, a couple of skirms involved there as well, and as well as spearmen. Heavy plow incoming right now. I like this one way more. This is my recommendation. This is what I've learned from watching a lot of arena gameplays. Heavy plow later, significantly later than bowsaw. Just comes more handy when it comes to improving the economy. Okay, so we might have a nice engagement here. There's also Scorpion. Of course, Scorpions deal a lot of additional damage with their bolts going through the armies. Yeah, there we go. Wow. Really fast moves here by both players. But we can see this Scorpion was actually quite successful. At least a couple of calf archers have been damaged here, in addition. So look, he does well by going back, as the Scorpion would not be able to catch up in speed. But this fight once again better for MbL, as he is on the hill, but a nice mangonel shot. A second one would be great. A third one would be perfect. A third one would be just perfect. Oh, nice shot, nice shot. One more is just too much. One more. Oh, well, bad fight for MbL all of a sudden. Bad fights. This MbL at least landed 3 nice hits there. I guess this is the perspective from this is the record from MbL because Nikov just said legends. To troll his teammate there. Well. Oh my god, Nikov, man. Okay, of course this was an excellent fight for Yo. Military numbers now favoring him, 43-34. But MbL is going for the next stage, and of course this could be a nice momentum for both players. So MbL could have a nice time being superior with his calf archers. He could go for bracer, chemistry, and heavy calf archers, plus Parthian tactics, theoretically speaking, as long as his opponent doesn't do anything against it. Or he goes for a castle. He is getting stone all the time here. And what about it? No castle incoming though. Not yet, at least. Scaleboarding armor incoming. This is an indication that he could be going for a castle. Not kidding him. Also stables on their way, but he's going for knights for now. Interesting move. Just wonder, you know what I'm thinking about. It's about Tarkans. Will says, I'm so torn. I like MbLs, but I'm rooting for MbL, he says. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Well, still great that people are rooting for either of the players. It's just something you go for, right? It's just, hey man, there's electronic sports. You, of course, root for people or clans. So I can fully understand. NTRB says, my childhood. Well, my childhood as well, man. And look what we're doing. It's 4:30 AM. About this childhood game of ours. Gladys says, doesn't matter, the color will win this for MbL. That's right, you said it. That's absolutely correct. Right, there's still this chance due to MbL's superior color. Okay, so chain body armor kicking in a couple of seconds. What about the next decisions here though? So still not enough stone for a castle. Maybe it's not going to be relevant here. But now the knights are there. Chain body armor. We're definitely going to see +4 as well. Yo instead going for chain body armor plus light calf just in order to have a nicer, cheaper meat shield. Oh, interesting, Cavalier incoming. Okay, so maybe MbL thinks that he has this super momentum in which Yo is not able to click up. I don't think that he's thinking that too much because maybe he just read the score there. He should be aware of the situation that Yo is also on his way. Both players are skilled enough to read the score. And MbL is really going for +4 armor. That makes perfect sense. Let's see, guys. Yo does the right moves by getting the relics. But so does MbL, maybe. Okay, bracer chemistry. I haven't been talking about this one, so he's definitely going to try to improve the calf archers that he has. Because why not? He already has this super huge army. It's going to be way more difficult to mass up the armies of cavaliers, even though MbL has a decent number of villagers. I don't think that's going to be having huge impact then, as he doesn't need to go for more villagers. Now we have the engagement. This is the little momentum that he had. So far, only bracer, no chemistry. Forging incoming for MbL, slowly but steadily chasing this little army here that is decreasing in numbers. Looks good, looks good. Also going for light calf. MbL is trying to maximize the army that he has, but his resources are really low due to his commitment for or into cavaliers here. We see a castle now incoming for Yo. Parthian tactics. Interesting, interesting. This gold, of course, in a lot of danger. Those calves now have +4. So all of a sudden, cavaliers take more damage. They're still tanky with 140 HP. Beautiful castle, beautiful castle. Okay, so the bad news for MbL is that he was actually not that successful with this cavalier on this very side. His main attempt was not to win this whole war, with this approach. Just was about minimizing the numbers of the calf archers, but they're still there. But now it's 44 to 42. Yo's slightly leading there. And conscription incoming for Yo. MbL gets Bracer in order to improve the strength of his skirms. He doesn't have chemistry yet though. Going for the castle. And now we gotta think, well, his resources are not that good. He will not be able to go for elite Targons or something, but it could technically work. I mean, calves, I understand. You can just start producing them way earlier with the knights that you have, but maybe in this case Targons would make sense a lot. But that's just me. Plate botting armor now incoming for Yo as well. I think Yo could win this one if this continues like that, as MbL is not as effective as he wants to be. Let's see. Conscription also incoming for MbL in order to improve the production rate of units, military units. And a lot of light casting coming now. Just to go for some nice raiding. And also maybe kill a couple of monks if they're on their way. Yeah, their main purpose now is just to kill a couple of villagers to lower the number. MbL is up there with 130. Yo with 111. Blast Furnace incoming for MbL just to improve the strength, the attack of the calves that he has. More stables to be added. Interesting. MbL doesn't stop. He knows that he cannot just stop. If he does, Yo will have enough time to mess up his army and then strike back. Interesting for sure. Heavy calf archer now incoming. What about the resources for both players? This time it's really important to check out. It is gold for Yo. He has a lot of gold at home. 3k! What in the... Okay. He can afford a lot of stuff. He can transition in anything else if you want to at this very moment. And yeah, he is still gathering gold here, but he has lost gold here. I mean, control over this gold. And for MbL, and he has 1 gold over there, of course. And he needs to find another gold pile for sure, as he will run out eventually. So it makes sense why he went for Hussars now, just to produce food-based units. There you go. Alright, so guilds also incoming for Yo as he wants to sell some stuff. MbL going for stone, as well as Yo. Oh my god. I'm not sure. All of a sudden it doesn't look too good for MbL, because now look at this mess here. Look at this mess. More Hussars incoming. Okay, so while this looks bad for MbL, we have to keep in mind the Hussars, they don't require any gold. Technically speaking, if Yo would just run out of gold, it would be bad then, but that could actually not be. 3k gold, 3 relics, 3-to-1 relics. Nah, man, we've watched too much of Melkor gameplays. This isn't good for MbL, unless something changes. Really fast though, really fast. Really fast. Yeah, more Hussars. Just that. As he's slowly running out of gold here. He has 650. Not using it, as he knows that this is the last gold that he has at this very moment. There's another gold pile over here, by the way. And he will get his hands on the stone, at least that is his intention, or was his intention. He's now even about to lose the control over this monastery. And this relic inside, I mean. It really depends on what Yo will do. Because he can actually fight against this, but he shouldn't lose his army to just Hussars. That's not a good trait, of course. Instead he goes for Hussars himself in Blast Furnace. Let's see, but he's all over the base of Yo, as we can see. Like those Eagle Warriors, man. Lowering the numbers. But not too much. The eco looks good for MbL, but he also has a lot of idols. Not sure how to define this very situation, because actually MbL does some damage still. And the problem is Yo doesn't. He's just busy being chased by Hussars and not able to go inside. This is a lot of good time for MbL, as he is just not taking losses here. But he says Hussar spam, much fun. Oh yeah, all day, every day. Especially for Huns, with their fastest stable production. Now they're even able to protect these trebuchets, and it's not easy to explain actually why Yo allows this one to happen. Still 1k gold left, but I feel that every time he uses the gold, it's not being used for the right thing here. Where is he actually going? Where is this gold going? But I don't believe what I see. Or as Stark would say, I fail to believe my eyes. Are the Hussars winning this? The Hussars? Double S, right? Yeah, double S, Hussars. I mean, these are just bad fights for Yo at this very moment. Haxa says Galadriel versus Sauron. Oh, Galadriel versus Sauron. Okay, nice reference there. And MbL now even going for Paladin. Well, this is quite of a weird move still. Because... okay, he is selling his resources. Maybe he creates a hole now, this window of opportunity, right? Now that he somehow has the feeling that his opponent is damaged now, to a certain degree, and focusing in the middle, maybe he could go for a devastating pattern blow, but not with just one relic and no gold access. I'm taking it back. This explains a lot. Oh, this explains a lot, man. These are many more paladins incoming like that. Really great move by MbL, being able to spot this spot here. I guess when he saw this one, he just began to smile, and look at this. Yo was just too late about this. Seeing this and saying, oh, okay, I'm gonna create a stable, and maybe I'm gonna do something about it. But at this very moment, there are a lot more issues in the middle of this map, because, like I've said, every time Hussar dies, oh, that's sad. But every time heavy Cav Archer dies to Hussar, that's really bad. And now, in the meantime, 100 HP, 18 attack, 5 base armor, and 7 pierce armor. Introducing the Paladins, man. And they will just devastate everything here in this map. Wow. Wow. So what to do? What to do? Gladys says if Yo stays with Cav Archers, he's gonna lose 100%. Well, I mean, not against the Paladins, but especially against those Hussars. We've seen it. You're absolutely correct with this one. Wow. And now, in addition to that one, even Tarkans. Well, this is actually about to be over. There's no way anymore. Now, with the addition of Tarkans especially, even anything, any positive move by the heavy Cav Archers. Wow. It's just unbelievable, man, what we see at this very moment. Let's see, though. More units incoming, and Yo's still striking back. It's not like that. He's not giving up, and this is maybe enough for him to buy himself a lot of time to go for Pikeman Skamer Armor. This will not save him. He's gonna chase a couple of random units inside of his base. That's okay with Halberdiers. But now, if the Tarkans are incoming, for instance, not too much of a good situation. His resources, they still don't allow to go for Elite Tarkan. That's not gonna be important anymore. Stark says, love this full Hussar style. Right, right. Elite Tarkan still incoming. Okay, okay. So now I think Yo is running out of options, because let's have a look at his resources. Having 3 relics, 600 gold. It's gonna be tough for him to just shift into it's still possible. He could go for Tarkans as well, I believe, but he's only relying on relic gold, so the more I think of it, it's not possible anymore. It's mainly because of this here. Just excellently done here by MbL. This is so important that he had this gold there. Not only this, the virgin numbers are so low, transition into Tarkans won't be just technically possible here. Rakhmetov asking what happened to the architecture. It's a new mod that I've installed. New mod. I'm really happy that it gets so much attention, because many people actually liked it there. Which one? I'll tell you after the game, because I need to look it up. And speaking of which, it just happened, and Yo called it a G. GG. And do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? It's ties once again. That is 2-2. The current score, ladies and gentlemen. I don't believe it. This is a great final so far. A great, great final. I like it. So Stark said it right there. Taking down Tarkans is almost impossible with ranged units. I know, and you're absolutely correct with this one. Thanks for pointing this one out. So I've been asking myself for a longer time what to do against Tarkans, and I've seen people like Stark, for instance, going for Tarkan themselves. That worked actually. So Tarkans versus Tarkans, that's another thing. And then it's about the better economy, and then it's also about people, if there's a raid, for instance, from the site, that can be of course hurtful, and then you cannot afford any more Tarkans, stuff like this. But of course, Cav Archers, they could still do something like this, fully upgraded against patterns like that. Though Tarkans, huge problem for sure. Helps plus Hussar, the other option, exactly, but that again affords a lot of micro, and especially with the helps, you need to catch up with the speed of the Tarkans then. And often cases I've seen, for instance, Spring, he could just completely make use of the mobility of the Tarkans and then just kill the Halberdiers like that, kiting them like that. Hussars kills Tarkans? No, not like that. It's just a combination. If you have some kind of meat shield, also some unit that can catch up with the speed, and then addition with the Halberdiers who actually do the real damage behind all of that, that's what Stark is talking about. Alright, guys. Unbelievable stuff, man. Unbelievable stuff. Ties now, and it's all about game number 5, the last match here. Wow. Impressive stuff. So about the architecture mod, let me just check it here. I was asking there, Rakhmetov, there we go. And let me tell you, that is called Artistic Graphics. It's a Woobly official mod. I mean, you can just find it on the Woobly website. So I'm using that one, as well as other mods as well. But concerning the architecture, this Artistic Graphics, it has received the latest update just today. So it's constantly getting updates. And let me tell you, all the other civs, they get their own architecture as well. It's just really beautiful. You're welcome, man. Alright, Will says color OP, please nerf palette. I mean, yeah, you were right. You were right. Purple won it, man. Okay, let's go for the last game. Wow, impressive stuff. This was an epic game, game number 4. Really, really strong gameplay by MbL, for sure. He deserved to win this very match, that's for sure. Let's see about game number 5, guys. Tuning in right now. Oh yeah, this Woobly official mod, that's maybe awkwardly expected. It's a mod that is available on Woobly. There we go. It's a best of 5. Alright guys, so what is actually happening? It is the last match of the beautiful Legacy of the Huns tournament, grand finals, best of 5, 5th match, Yo vs MbL, 1v1, Huns War. I don't believe my eyes. Or I fail to believe my eyes. Hashtag Stark. And yeah, there we go guys, there we go. It's just beautiful, man. I'm just so happy to see all the 5 games here. And it's about to be 5 a.m. so I better do my best here before I just die instantly and fall into my bed. And with that being said, let us just introduce the players this time, starting chronologically with player number 1 on the right hand side, that is Yo. And his map, looking at it, ooh, the woodlines are bad, the woodlines are bad. And glad he points it out again, OP color once again. Well, I could change it to this, but nah, let's stick with this one. Let's stick with the originals. Just to see what's gonna happen. If you fall asleep in real life, you die in the game. No home, like says. Yeah, that's actually true. Just my training for the 24-hour stream on Woobly or on my own channel. Just stay tuned, guys. Next year, man. Next year, I tell you, I tell you. Okay, so that being said, let's have a look here, right? The gold is fine. I like it. It's cool. It's cool. It's at the back. Could be walled even. That's for sure. I mean, this whole base can be walled really fast here. Just closing it off like this, and then connecting the palisades kind of with this TC, or the theoretical farms. Could make sure that this back is safe for now. But the woodline themselves are really bad, of course. This one is actually an insult to call this one woodline. I mean, an insult to all woodlines to call it a woodline. Was asking 24-hour stream, what's that to you? Like a regular Tuesday or something? Well, maybe, maybe not. I mean, there's another German streamer called Nilly who loves to do that as well, so maybe it's just a German thing. I don't know, man. Yeah, that's a line of wood, alright. No home says. True, true. Yeah, that doesn't look good. While So while I like this gold in the back, it's just wood-wise a terrible situation. Let's see what he's going to do with that one, because he doesn't have alternatives close by. Nothing at all, to be honest. This is actually extremely bad. On the other side, left-hand side, MbL here with his base, also safe for gold in the back. He has okay woodlines, that's for sure. They're definitely okay. Definitely better than the ones of Yo, of course. And other than that, still it's quite open to the front and it's difficult to wall it off. But this can be kind of secured, I guess. The more I think of it, the more complicated it gets. Because if incoming armies take a detour like that, they could just come like this, you know? I mean, like this. Any Reese available? Yes, sir, but I've made sure to get them out. Just for the context, though, maybe I can do this before I just destroy anything. Can I? Let me see. Yeah, I can. And I can't... Oh no, I can't. Can I? I believe... the thing is... Well, what was I going to say? Yeah, I believe there was a rematch before. I mean, the 5th game was a rematch. I believe it was even Yo calling it. So... yeah, he just got a bad map once again, so to speak. That's sad. I'm pretty convinced. I'm 90% sure it was Yo calling it a rematch in the 5th game. I believe in game number 2 it was MbL calling it a re, and game number 5 it was Yo. But this is what you get. Unfortunately, sometimes this is what you get. It happens in the arena match today as well, the best of 5. Metal has called it and he just received equally bad map there. Zenith is asking, are there any other matches after this? Said I woke up late. Well, dude, it's nearly 5 AM here in Germany, and I'm not that tired. It's just my mind not being as strong anymore due to the fact that I'm casting for a couple of hours, I guess. I don't know about the stream uptime. But yeah, I guess I will call it a night after this one. Greet, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Okay, so that's the situation, and both are clicking up, and we saw this single villager going to the front. Where is he? There. Damn, 9. Oh my god. I mean, we had breaks in between, as in I went to the bathroom and I grabbed something to eat there for a second. We had some in-between talks with Timotheus during the arena matchup there. But yeah, goddamn. Goddamn. Okay, guys, so like I've said, Yo in the front, and actually this is what Viper intended to do. This is what Viper intended to do, but there's downside going up with one villager. First of all, you can lose it easily, like Viper has lost it. I mean, the villager. And also, if you're going for the tower, if you get spotted, then you can just stop going for it. And now one villager wasted. Both have clicked up. MbL once again going for the wall. As expected, his playstyle often involves this one. Would be definitely interesting to see Stark versus MbL once again due to this, as there are some parallels. Let's say I don't want to say they play the same, not at all, but there are some parallels in their gameplay. So definitely an interesting thing to go for. Show match type of. Hashtag DemEyes show match on his channel. Check out the show matches I'm going for, man. And yeah, so MbL closing it off here successfully. Therefore, the scouts of Yo won't be able to cause damage, but so does Yo concerning the walling off. Well, at least that's his intention. Left hand side is fully closed. The right hand side is closed as well, nearly. Just the spell site missing. And then it should be fine. So both players won't be as successful with their scouts. It's just Yo with the disadvantage having lost his villager like that. That is the situation, the current one. So MbL with a slight lead, but these scouts, as I've said, won't be as successful facing the palisades like that. This gap, man. Just to point out here, there's no... Oh no, that's because of the deer? You cannot build on a deer? Wait a sec. Why can't I build? Is this because of the grounds here? That's weird. Maybe I'm missing out something. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, no, okay, it was just due to the vision there. Now it's simply not possible to wall off here. I don't know why. So, interesting stuff to discuss at 5 AM for sure. Some mind-breaking stuff. And yeah, there we go. Arch range now incoming, so there's a quicker transition into archers for given reasons, as both have walled up here. It doesn't make sense to continue too much with the scouts. Yeah, possibly not explored exactly that's the exact reason, I guess. That is the exact reason. Okay, those spearmen actually successful, getting a couple of free pokes. Two scouts severely damaged, severely hurt. 4 villagers on gold now. The amount of farms is increasing, at least for Yo. The ones of MbL as well, slowly but steadily. An addition of an archer range. And 6 villagers for now, but also 2 more to be added. Interesting, more than 7. Let's see about this. And now the scouts of Yo in trouble. Very sick. Hey, hey. Pull this one off. Okay, he does it. Good. At times like that, you should rather be paranoid, because this is the last game of the grand final, so I'm just being as paranoid as Yo should be at this very moment, and yeah, he should pull this one off, man. And MbL now going for the Castle Age, really important, of course. And the question is, what about Yo? He as well will click up there. He's idling his TC, by the way. Probably just read the score there. Said, you know what, I'm gonna click up as well. So there's a difference of 34 seconds. Yeah, there we go. DemEyes mathematics. 3 arch ranges incoming, and 3 arch ranges for Yo. So you can guess, having watched all the complete final stage just with me, you can just guess what's gonna happen here. Okay, bad fight for MbL all of a sudden due to the addition of those spearmen. It's gonna be important, of course, concerning map vision for now. It's not for long anymore. Both are going for bloodlines, and they are going to be in Castle Age very soon. The interesting thing is Yo is not going for archers, but MbL is. Fletching will be incoming. Yo has... okay, he has a blacksmith, and at the same time he just went for fletching. Okay, I got it. I'm on the same page now. Okay, so with the addition of archers, of course, I can understand having so many villagers on gold, so it's way more affordable to spend the resources on this, to have a little additional army already. It's 13 to 5 military-wise. Villager numbers are quite equal, it's just MbL behind now. And I wonder why, because it should have been equal. Yo was the one losing a villager like that. And they're both on Castle Age now. Well, a bit odd, maybe a little bit of idle time. Even though Yo was the one with idle time a lot. Maybe MbL idled his TC there, that could be an indication. Just to click up as soon as possible. Alright, so the crossbows with Botkin arrow already, they will take out any Feudal Age unit easily. Not only that, they will also go through this passage gate, though the watchtower is now getting up there for Yo. Alright. At least one villager, that's better than nothing, that's way better than nothing. Husbandry incoming for Yo, and padded archer armor for both of them, in order to increase the defense of both units that they go for. No, just one unit that Yo goes for, the calf archers, and for MbL crossbow and the calf archers, of course. Ballistics incoming for both players. And yeah, once husbandry also kicks in, I guess the calf archers will be equally strong. Looks just good, man. So MbL will lose this army, but at least he will get his hands on a couple of... oh yeah, one more villager like that. Why not? Killing a couple of calf archers like this. This is just his additional army, right? So his main army is in the back, and he's still having the military lead, so that's of course really good news for MbL. Leather archery armor even incoming for him. I don't think that Yo has it now. He doesn't. He does not. Okay, MbL now slowly approaching here, trying to do something, but this tower is actually more helpful than one would have assumed. Now, of course, he has a chance to go through here. There are also other chances. This wood line now in danger, unless Yo does something against it. Oh, he's now being sandwiched. And that's of course not that good for MbL, but if he gets his hands on those villagers, why not? Just get as many as you can, just ignore all the remaining calf archers there. Oh man, this one lucky lumberjack though for sure. Ah, unfortunate stuff, he cannot kill the villagers there. But yeah, MbL already having lead here. 45 to 42, 43 now. So 2.5 villagers roughly here for lead for MbL. And more skirms to be incoming. Interesting shift there. Just to... Oh, interesting. I didn't know that we could switch like that. Fully rating, overview. Okay, cool, cool. Just a misclick revealing itself as a illuminating step there concerning the... What is that even called? The overview, the score overview on the right hand side. Okay, so of course those skirmishes, great value here. We killed how many? 5 calf archers just like that. Bad situation for Yo all of a sudden. He needs to find a solution against this right away. This could be a siege workshop or a knight. And there we go, we have knights incoming as well as scaleboarding armor. Makes sense, makes sense. We're used to those kind of moves. Yeah, those skirms, they do work, man, that's for sure. And this monastery could be helpful when knights are incoming. Something that MbL has maybe thought of in the meta. As in, hey, I go up there with skirms, so he either comes with siege workshops or knights in this case, and those knights, therefore going for monks will make sense a lot. Some nice conversions that he could go for, defensive conversions in his own base. If the knights should try to go into his base, I mean, from the point of view of MbL I'm talking about. Alright, so 58 villagers already. We see a second TC here, and a third one incoming even. And an attempt of Yo to go inside of this base, not successful. I like this combination here, this is really arena-like here, a second building wall so to speak. Ironic to see it from MbL of course. And just looking at the other things we could maybe point out, I mean most importantly 1 TC for Yo. So maybe not the best move by Yo actually. He's able to kill some army, but he's also losing his army to a certain degree. He needs to go for some kills right now, right here. Otherwise it won't be worth it to stay with 1 TC. I mean it's not worth it already. He needs to, either he kills all of this army right now and wins it, or he retreats and builds 2 more TCs right away. He doesn't have the resources for that one because he heavily invests into heavy calf archers. Siege workshop even, yeah, Yo is going full aggressive here. I am not sure if this is going to work. Because for now he doesn't do too much damage. So he needs to produce a mangonel and land really important, really hard-hitting blows there. And Wills is pointing out something extremely important. The further this game goes, the worse Yo's wood situation gets. And let me check this one. And he is, of course, 100% correct. This looks really bad. So there's a timer ticking, so to speak. Because once he also loses this forward, if he loses this forward, he could, of course, then suffer a lot of losses. Because without those TCs that could protect his woodlines, his imaginary woodlines in this case, he'll be in a lot of danger. Unless, you know, he goes for this woodline here. He could put a TC there, theoretically speaking, but he doesn't, as he fully invests into army now. Alright, even more outposts added. Scaleboarding armor incoming for MbL. Because he's probably aware of the threat that is siege onagers, obviously. Yeah. Okay, that makes perfect sense. So at this very moment, MbL just reacting, but reacting really effectively. as Yo is not able to do something with the offensive stance that he has. I mean, unless he gets a lot of good hits on those calf archers, for instance, with the Mangonel. But I think MbL does his best in order to prevent this one from happening. Watch out now, incoming to zone this one here. And a fight that is maybe worth going for. Number-wise, it looks good for Yo. Still, it's a little bit of uphill for MbL. That looks okay. These Mangonels, so they need to approach really fast, because he needs to lower the number here. Okay, nice way with the gate here, though. Nice gate. Yeah, difficult situation. This has made it more difficult. If, let's say, those calf archers were trapped here, he either had to delete some walls here, then it would have been easy for Yo to go further, or he would have risked the life of many calf archers here due to approaching Mangonels. But all of this didn't just happen. Just some theory. Some ideal theory for Yo. And now maybe some... Oh yeah, that was a good hit. At least taking care of skirmishes like that. But now we got a little problem over here, and this is MbL going full forward here with his knights. At least killing all of those Mangonels is important. He should maybe retreat here. He doesn't though, interesting move. Why doesn't he do this? Because calf archers are following as well. Interesting move. I initially wouldn't have done this, but he does it. Okay, now he's retreating, okay. Interesting. Okay, Yo is losing his forward here. 46 military to 38. 86 villages to 63. MbL is leading in both ways. It's just a really bad situation for Yo now. Insidious Nuisance says, wow, what a play again by MbL. That was beautiful. That is for sure. Really incredible. These maneuvers, they're just really beautifully executed. That's for sure. Wow. If this continues like that, Yo won't stand a chance anymore. Fortunately for him, he went for additional TCs. Let me just check here for a second. Just 2 TCs though. Uh-oh. Okay, this TC will be helpful for sure. In order to push MbL back now, but for how long? Once again, a siege workshop incoming this time for MbL. A third TC incoming for Yo, but then the pressure will be on. And yeah, the military numbers still looking good for MbL. Another defensive siege workshop incoming for Yo. That will have an impact on his calf archer production. But he's still... he's not able to maintain 4 calf archers. 4 archers, I mean, with calf archers. Siege workshop on its way. But it's not going to be as effective. If he goes for Mangonel, okay, I understand. Against calf archers it's going to work. But these knights, man, they're on fire. +2 defense. +1 attack. They're quite strong here. Forging also incoming for Yo, interestingly. Probably because we saw that siege workshop, just to be sure that any incoming siege will be killed by a couple of knights. Theoretically speaking, of course. There he has his knights, also +2 with +1. They're going to be equally strong in comparison with the ones of MbL, but numbers, of course, still in favor for MbL. Alright, nice meat shield here in this case, just to engage a little bit better, but this Mangonel shot was not effective enough. The range is not enough, simply. Also on the right hand side we have this raid already taking place, which forces Yo to go back actually to take care of the problem here. Oh, this looks bad, guys. 112 villagers to 82. Many villagers are getting killed. It's going to be a tough situation for Yo to get out of the situation. He has this huge army, but he's just going to estimate the damage being dealt here. And MbL also going for Imp. This is really bad news, and yeah, look at this mess, man. It wouldn't surprise me to see a GG very soon. Probably he's not giving up, that's what I like, but I guess once MbL hits Imp, I mean, look at the resources of Yo here. Committing completely into army, just barely catching up there. Now he's having a lead, but that's only because MbL is chilling at this very moment, not attacking anymore, just reinforcing, healing his army, just preparing them. And he has positioned his army in different locations. He even has his TC in the front there. That's interesting. Yeah, a couple of units that will be ready to go for some rumble here for sure. Light Cavs also incoming. Well, we know what it means to go for Light Cavs. We've seen it in the previous game. I feel if Yo loses this army here completely, it's gonna be over. This castle is important to keep up the pressure, also a mental push for himself. Maybe demotivating MbL with this one. But it needs to get up, and it doesn't look like that for now. The light calves are going to the front. These are bad fights, of course, for calf archers. For now, still they're able to take care of everything. And yeah, this castle is going to be a bloody one. Literally a bloody one. How many villagers will die? We don't know. It's also desperate, this spoof here, but I believe Yo has no other chance. Otherwise MbL will be too strong. And now a couple of seconds left until he clicks up. Until he is up, I mean. And then, yeah, this castle is about to be denied then. Still we gotta point out that the army is going down, the one of MbL. As Yo is uphill still, this is a bad fight for MbL. And yeah, still inside here we can see how a lot of villagers are biting the dust. This was this little army parked here, by the way. Wow, look at this mess, look at this mess. 126 to 79 villagers, it's just downright awful. Awful. Awkward and awful, I wanted to say at the same time. And yeah, what you want to do against this one? Castle facing a castle, MbL has the advantage now, he's in the next stage. And Yo is not in the position anymore to punish his opponent for being that route, so to speak, to go for the next stage. No momentum that he can profit from, as his base is completely destroyed, man. No Home says, man, it's like Yo never had trees to begin with. Right, and it's GG. G to the G. So just in honor the winner here, I'll also update the score. And that is MbL being the champion. The new champion of the Huns, man. Boom. Impressive stuff, man. Rakmatov says MbL Water's base way better too. I don't think Yo got in there more than once. True. Man. OP color, that's for sure. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. Impressive, man. So congratulations to MbL as the new champion. The former champion was Stark. And now we have MbL as the new champion of the Huns. Much respect, because this is such a prestigious thing to go for, in my opinion. In my eyes, it's well, one of the, you know, top level Arabia gameplays that he proved to be in which he proved to be the champion, simply. Great stuff indeed, man. Flavors3 asking who won first Legacy of the Huns. It was Stark. The dear Stark that was in chat throughout the time, a couple of times in the stream. Yeah, he also knows really well how to work it. But MbL, he made it, man. He made it. Yeah, it's an OG AoE title. I guess this one, even though it sounds funny, it's pretty much an OG title for sure. And therefore, big respects, man. Someone with that title, man. He knows how to play Arabia, that's for sure. And I think MbL deserves to get this one. I was saying this throughout the whole tournament. Also, a couple of months ago, when I started showing myself on stream, as in started streaming, and I always said it's MbL who actually, you know, it made tick in his head when it came to Arabia, and he proved it this time that he is ready to be the champion. And maybe next year, when we have Legacy of the Huns 3, probably next year, we'll see how it will be like, because there are some contesters still. There's still Stark. There's still someone who's also really good with the Huns, and other players as well. There's Spring, Vivi, Yo, of course, Viper, Hera, all of those players, man. That there's potential. This could be nice, but MbL proved to be extremely strong with this one. That's for sure. How many matches did you cast, DemEyesRed? This session? I don't know, man. Larry will probably train. Yeah, not sure if he's interested in that kind of matchup here. Could be. And yeah, he has most of the potential, I guess. I mean, theory. As his micro is godlike. Alright, so I'm just gonna finish this here. And yeah, guys, we made it, man. Insidious says, well done on casting. Good morning, time for breakfast, rise and shine. Oh yeah, yeah, I did all of the final stage, every single match, but the one semi-final, because nobody did that. As in nobody the caster. It always sounds funny if I said nobody did that. But yeah, I did the complete final stage now for Will Be Official, and also a decent part of the qualification round, as much as I could. And I guess, I don't know, like 20 matches or something I did now for Legacy of the Huns. And therefore, I also want to shout out Pumuckl. If he watches this one, I guess he will be, as he goes through the Legacy of the Huns VODs. He's the one responsible for them, as he is the admin and host of this whole thing here. Big shout outs to him. Liebe Grüße. And yeah, man, it's just an awesome tournament in my opinion. It's not the one involving a lot of money; it's the one involving a lot of prestige, like I've pointed out a couple of times. Yeah, I did. I think he did a really well job with, a really good job with this one. He did really well. I was going to say. It was just simply an amazing tournament with all the ups and downs that we had. And I just hope that next time will be even better concerning the organization. That's mostly due to the players' performance and actions, of course. That's not the fault of Pumuckl. If something weird happened, let's say. But still, was great to cast it. It was an honor, of course, and thanks so much also for Pumuckl to mention me as one of the top 3 casters for this tournament. I was really touched. And of course, it's just beautiful to see the gratitude that I was announced as the one of the 3 people mainly responsible for casting all of these things here. Man, 5:20 in the morning. I will go to bed and I won't wake up anymore. I gotta go to work, and there's still this arena tournament. I definitely wanted to cast this one, man. I definitely wanted to cast this one. Maybe on my own channel. Let's see about this. It's gonna be 8 hours though. Let's see if Slam really confirms this one though. If so, let's have a look. I would definitely like to go for it before work, because I will have time for a best of 5 at 11 GMT. It could be working. Therefore, why not? Yeah, but other than that, I will be back in the evening as well. So, guys. So first of all, thanks for Willis being a great mod here in this in the later part of this stream here. You did a great job here being there and answering all the questions. Big shoutouts to Willis as one of the casters of Will Be Official. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this session here. It was a great stream. I believe we've reached the 9-hour mark already, or roughly. And yeah, feel free to watch more stuff. Every Sunday, you're gonna see us. Next Sunday, Weekend Smackdown and History Lessons with Flu and DemEyesRed, myself. And yeah, feel free to follow this channel. If you liked what I did, feel free to follow me on my own channel on Twitch. If you subscribe us, if you donate on this channel, of course, on this MbL official channel, we're gonna use the money in order to give you more content, to organize tournaments, show matches, and whatnot, just for your information. And other than that, I will just have a rest now, guys. 9 hours and 11 minutes. It's just Ripperino, man, Ripperino. Thanks so much once again to Timotheus for joining me as a co-caster today for the arena tournament. Let's see, maybe we're gonna have more co-casters with this arena thing. It would be an honor to have more people on it. Pro players, of course. That would be really interesting. Maybe Eddie, who knows, who knows. So that being said, thanks for watching, guys. And I'm not sure if anyone is streaming here at this very moment. If so, I would kindly ask Willis to go for a host, as we're still 60 people watching it. I guess we've nearly reached 100 views here as a maximum. That's actually really great without major hosts. Just gonna check Twitch right now, who's streaming Age of Empires, who's worth it getting this. Okay, if you got it already planned, then I'll just leave it to you. I won't interfere. I guess there's Nano and even Robert Ulrich, the Peruvian guy. Yeah, there's some guys for sure. Well played indeed. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for the support. And yeah, have a good night, everyone. And now, if Willis sees this message, you can just host it. Take care, guys. Bye bye. DemEyes out of this life here, at least for tonight. I'm just gonna die in my bed and sleep. Bye bye.